Good.
Okay, I'm going to record this.
And
And
we're on Facebook.
I'm going to take us to Facebook.
Okay.
Give it a second.
And then I got to get my notes up here. I have an old computer that I'm working on, and oh my God, the screen is so bad.
Yeah, I need to get my notes up too.
Okay, there we go.
All right, we got it. We are live on Facebook. We're recording. We're
All
getting
right, let's
ourselves
get going
together.
then. So we are here to talk about social media and branding and your website and SEO. Blech. Hate SEO. My God. Just had an SEO meeting. I don't know. Last week I was gone. I guess it was the week before that. And he basically said that Google has a new algorithm. Yay, Google. And they're rewarding people for having as little as possible on the site. So you get rewarded for not having, they don't like big long text. They don't like a bunch of like, so you can have links like, you know, that's okay, I think, but it's the, like the buttons like sign up today or those kind of things, the bots slow down because it's not really, it makes the bot slow down. So then they don't like that. They don't like reading through a lot of text. What else don't the bots like? They don't like a bunch of headers. So
Headers,
we'll talk
yeah.
about that. So, and we'll talk about what that means. So everyone, welcome. And so just really out of curiosity, how interested are you when you're here, but like what exactly are you hoping to get out of it? Go ahead, Liza. Oh, I can't hear you. Yeah. Get those glasses on, girl.
Unmute. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I just got done having a second person build my website because the first person I was not happy at all. So I hired somebody else and it looks really good. I like it. But I have no idea, you know, optimization wise, is it good? Or, you know,
Right.
I think it looks pretty, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Necessarily, right?
Mm-mm. And
So,
we can take a look at your website too, just to go through it.
Okay.
And give you some quick tips. So yeah, great. Thank you for that. Darlene, did you have anything special you wanted to find out today?
No, just whatever I can to get this ball rolling. So sorry, I just got moved from the dining room to the bedroom. So
oh, no worries. No worries at all. Or we'll come back to you. Hey, Mel.
Hello.
What about you?
I'm just here because I just enjoy your company. So
I love that so much. I love that so much. Thank you.
I just want to see what's happening today and what's going on and what I can pick up, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Well, we appreciate that. So let's get into it, right, Jamie?
Yes, absolutely.
So I know the first thing, Jamie, you have more experience than me about so for social media, in order to get people to come to your site, you really want to be involved in groups. So like, you know, we're animal Reiki people, so you might want to consider animal Reiki groups or just animal groups to get people interested in what you're doing. So Jamie, why don't you talk a little bit about your experience with that?
Yes, there's a lot of different groups on there and you can kind of target. So you can go to like the just Reiki groups, right? And join. And then the thing is you have to make comments and be active in the groups. That's really important because just joining the groups aren't going to do you any good if you're not active. So all of this takes a little bit of time and you have to decide, you know, how much time you have, how you want to organize this. Maybe you do it like, okay, I'm going to do it this morning, you know, one morning a week or 2 mornings a week. I'm going to go in and check the groups and make comments on things. So Reiki groups are good. There's lots of animal groups. There's, you know, especially like the different breeds, the different dog sports, training. There's a lot of training groups, dog training groups. There's probably reptile groups that you can go into, you join. And then the important thing is actually when somebody makes a post, even if it's just, hey, that's really cute, or, love the picture of your lizard, or whatever it is, make some comments so people get to know your name, and then, decide if you can post. So it's really important to pay attention to what the rules are. Because I know I've joined Reiki groups, but we cannot promote what we're doing. So I don't spend a lot of time in there, but I do go in and just make some comments on, nice picture, or that's beautiful, or, something like that, just so that they see the name. And so really pay attention to what the rules are of the group, because if you go in and you post something that you're not supposed to post, that also reflects on you, but not in a really positive way. And you want all your reflections to be positive when you're in these groups.
Yeah, definitely, to be supportive of each other, because, and also be joining these groups as, like, if you have a business page, or, you're like Liza Reiki or whatever, so that they go, oh, who is he? And then they go to your page and they see, oh, wow, this is what she does. Because that's what people will do. They'll go on there and just kind of stalk you, right? Oh, who is this person that's on here and what are they doing? That's what I always do. And then you can go, oh, wow, they're doing something kind of cool. I want to learn a little bit more about that. Or if it's not your business page, then it's like you talk about in your about how you have this business, and then you can send them to your business page. And that's a really good thing to do. And so that's for Facebook. And with Facebook, what's the rule on hashtag for Facebook? Isn't it like just 2 hashtags?
I'm not sure on Facebook. I know Instagram.
Yeah, but for Facebook, before we move on
Facebook,
to
I'm not
Instagram,
sure.
I think Facebook is only 2. So, your hashtags are going to be, that's how people find you. So let's say you do a hashtag, let's use World Animal Reiki Day, for example. So if you used hashtag World Animal Reiki Day, then when someone goes to that hashtag, if they search that hashtag, then your post will come up. So it's a great way for people outside your friends and family to find you, is through a hashtag. So you want to be kind of strategic with your hashtags, especially if you only have 2. So if you did something like hashtag doggy love, well, you're probably going to be with a ton of other people, and there's a chance you could get seen. So it's not a bad thing to do, but you might want to just look at hashtags, and there's an easy way to just search hashtags and you can see how many people follow like that hashtag. And some of them are millions and millions of people. In fact, I have a document I'll pull up. Well, I guess we can just pull up my screen right now, because we're going to be talking about Instagram, and I have lots to share on Instagram. So let me,
Yeah, go ahead and pull up your screen.
did you give me, oh, you have to,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, you're right. I'm slipping. Leave it to me. There you go.
Okay.
You are co-host, and let me go to share screen. There we go. Got it.
Okay, so here's our talking points. Yes, 11. So let's go to Instagram hashtags. So I'm gonna, in the email that we send for next week, I'm gonna put a link to this Hootsuite Instagram post, because there's a really good one about how to use hashtags, and we don't have time to talk about this throughout the whole thing. So we're just gonna give you, but you can see, like, if you use the hashtag love, 1.835 billion people are using that hashtag. So the chances of you getting seen by using that hashtag are pretty low. So you can see, like, here are the top ones you might want to go. Oh, here's, follow for follow, 227 million. So you want to do a hashtag, like, obviously Animal Reiki isn't that busy, but it might be a good hashtag to use. So you could use that in your thing. With Instagram, you can use up to 30, and I'm going to get an Instagram here. You can use up to 30 hashtags. So let's see what Marie Forleo does for hers. I love Marie Forleo. Any entrepreneur should follow her. She's amazing. She's great. She does great interviews. So here's hers. So she does Wednesday Love. She does her name, right? You can do your business name. Everything is figure outable. That's her trademark sign. Everyday motivation, creativepreneur, multi-passionate, words of wisdom. So, there's ones you can do. You can even make up your own hashtag. And people might start using it if they really like it. But one of the reasons I wanted to show you Marie is for a couple of reasons. Let's see if we can go back here. If you look at her Instagram, we're just looking at the top 6 pictures. She has a really nice feel. There's obviously she's her brand. So you get lots of pictures of Marie. She has a quote. This is her interview. And then she has a picture, right? And you get the feel like here's some more quotes, but she has a really nice same kind of feel. You can see she splatters herself throughout. Now you might be like, oh my God, I don't want to put pictures of myself, but here's the deal. People want to know you. That's how they get connected to you. So don't be afraid to put a picture of you and your dog, or, like you just relaxing somewhere. It's not a big deal. And they have some great, in fact, I should do the link in the thing on Amazon. They have a really great tripod that you can put your phone on, and it comes with a little remote control, and it's super easy. The remote control is Bluetooth, and you can literally like turn your video on and off on your phone. You can take pictures. You can go click, 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 click. That's how I got me in one of the tigers at Care. So I was out there by myself. So you can get some great pictures of yourself with this tripod and your iPhone or your Galaxy, whatever phone you have. So it's a great thing. And I will put a link to, let me just make sure I write, because I'll go Amazon and then I'll forget. Was it a book that I was supposed to do? So here we go. Let me put that down. So you can see with Marie, she's got some great things. Now, I really wanted to point something else about Marie out. Marie has 668,000 followers, right? Wow, that is so many followers. We would all kill to have that many followers. But I want to point something out to you. 705 likes, 124 likes, 2,400 likes, 3,500 likes. Okay, her likes, like, this 7,000, and probably it's because this girl that she's interviewing is also liking it, right? She's got her tribe coming to her. So the thing is like, okay, she's got 668,000 followers, you guys, but 705, that's less than 1%, right? So I want to show you this to encourage you. With how many she has, and this is for everybody, anybody you check out, they're going to have like only 1% of their followers actually commenting. I think 3% is high. So you have to remember that if you only have 500 people on your list, or 300 people on your list, or 100, you're only going to get a couple likes. But don't get discouraged, because consistency is the key, and these hashtags, getting seen. And I want to show you my friend, this is my friend JT, and she's a dog trainer. And I know she started this in 2020 or later, and she only has 111 posts, and she has 4,700 followers. But again, look, she's only got, a smattering of people, but she's got a lot of people who probably see it. And that's what you have to remember. Just because, how many times have you seen something and you're like, oh yeah, it's cool, and you don't like it, but you see it, right? It's in your head. You've seen it. So don't get discouraged by likes. I mean, what do you have to say about that, Jamie?
Yes, I think we get caught up in the likes. It's kind of a popularity thing.
Yeah.
Likes are not the same as having customers or people interested necessarily in your services. It's totally different. Yes, it's brand awareness when you use social media, but likes are, don't take it as a popularity contest, because you're absolutely right. Just because people are liking it, if you have that many followers, they're probably seeing it. And maybe they're just scrolling through. Maybe they're not the type to like or, comment on things, but they see it and you're getting out there. So I would say you're absolutely right, Leah. Consistency is so much more important than the number of likes that you have on a post.
Exactly. I'm trying to stopped sharing my screen. I'm trying to find the little, it's not popping up, the little, hey, I don't know what's happening. Any whoosies. So what's the next topic there? So I don't want to
Our next topic is always have a call to action. And
Oh,
that's an important one, right?
I'll even have, let's go back to Marie Forleo, because I'm sure that she has a call to action. Well, like on this one, here is her podcast, right? So when we go to the post, she's going to have a call to action to, on Marie, we all get some of my favorite nuggets. And then, she says, if you've been stuck, this episode will show you the path. So that's her call to action. She's a little bit more vague here. Your call to action, you'd want it to be a little more, be sure to check this out. Be sure to visit my site. If you are offering, I know one of our things is a free gift on your website. You're going to want to put that in your social media. Check out my website, and you can put the site. Supposedly Facebook is no longer punishing you for having links in your post. So you can say, come check out my website, be sure, and get your free gift. And then for your free gift, you're going to have, an email exchange. Basically, they have to give you the email to get the free gift. And then your free gift doesn't have to be mind shattering. It could just be, like, I know Mel, you've got some great ways of how you trust your intuition, right? And so yours could be 5 ways to trust your intuition. You listen to, you listen for signs, right? You're listening to music. You're asking your guides to help you. So those are things that you could actually put in a free gift, right? Because if people are coming for animal Reiki, they're probably going to find that interesting. Or you could say 5 ways to be more intuitive with your dog or your cat. I know, Mel, you have cats. Darlene with reptiles, right? So you're going to be all, hey, 5 easy ways to take care of your reptiles. And one of them could be through Reiki, but you're also getting people who may not be Reiki people to come to your site. And so if you do that on your social media, your call to action can be a really simple, hey, visit my site, or leave a comment. It can be a call to action. Be sure to tell me what you think of this. I hate those because it's usually crickets. And so it's like the popularity. I'm big on the popularity contest. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Chase always tells me we need to do that with Bake Smart. But I'm just like, I don't know. We should. Because of course it's going to be crickets at first, but the more people that come onto your website, the more people that get to know you, the more people that are going to start commenting. And at first it might be that seem like nobody's listening, like even like these Zoom calls that we do. There's only a few people, but I've gotten emails from people going, oh, I really like listening to them after you're done. So I think that it's really important to put yourself out there and just kind of go, okay, I'm just going to take the leap and not worry if I'm popular or not, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. And how many people are on somebody's social media is no bearing on how successful they are. Because we know a lot of people who have a lot of followers because they're out there hustling for followers, or maybe they're even using bots. A lot of people buy followers. You can go on Fiverr and you can buy them. I don't suggest doing that because you can screw up your social media that way. But people do buy followers. So don't be, even I think who was it? I don't know if it was Justin Bieber or somebody they found had bought followers. So, sure it wasn't him, sure it was his social media people, but, don't compare yourself to other people. And then what's our next one?
So the next one is that when we're talking about offering the free gift on our website to grow the email list, and that's really important because social media is great. It's a great way to get our message out there. It's great for branding, for reaching people, but you don't own any of that. That can go away, and like when Facebook went down, remember that when it went down? And I personally know a woman, she and her daughter had this program and they traveled the country and they were very successful doing this. It was for farming, teaching children about farming. And they had, I think they had something like 170,000 people in their group, and they got hacked. And they never could get it back. And they lost all of the connection with those people. So it's really important that you build up your email list because you own that. I mean, nobody's going to take it away. They're not going to make changes at Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, where all of a sudden you've lost them. You want to own the email list. You want to own those contacts. That's much more important than followers, having a large email list. Wouldn't you say, Leah?
Absolutely. And the easiest way to get that is through your social media. So I know on Instagram, you can't put, maybe they changed it. Maybe you can put links in there. I know that we don't do the social media. We have people that do it, but, I can find,
you can put them in your profile, like where it's,
exactly.
and then you can say see profile on Instagram.
Yes, and you can direct people to your Instagram. Facebook, you can put an actual link.
You guys on the
I
bot
think
side?
Pinterest, you can put an actual link. Pinterest is actually coming back. Pinterest kind of died. It was hot and then it died and now it's coming back. So Pinterest is another one because you want to direct people to that website. And so when I had the SEO meeting with the SEO expert, he said that, like, let's say you have a blog, drive people to your website through your social media, especially Facebook. And because again, they no longer punish you for having a link in the post. Like before, your post wasn't going to get seen because you were taking them off. But now I guess they don't do that anymore. So you can put, like, let's say if you have a picture on your website and you put it on your, like, let's say the picture is to classes or something and you put it on Facebook, you could say, learn from me, and then send them there. And then they go, oh yeah, there's that picture. This means classes, right? So it's, you can use social media to drive traffic to your website, which, like Jamie said, that's where you're going to gather information. Now, I don't know if I refresh this, if Kathleen's pop-up will come up. But I can actually do, let me move this. Oh my God. Oh, there we go.
It is.
Yeah.
So you can see, it's just like, it doesn't have to say a lot of text. You put in your email and then, I would say get it now. I wouldn't say get it here, but I would say get it now or whatever. But you could say whatever you want. Just don't be too cutesy is the rule. And then, you get the person's email address and they get a gift. And it's an even exchange. And another thing is, don't worry when people unsubscribe. You're going to have people who unsubscribe. We all do it. And it's okay. You will still get subscribers. There are going to be people who are your tribe who are going to want to hear from you. So the free gift is really important because that's your way to collect.
Yes. And I like the pop-up, and I have to just, in full disclosure, I always hate going to a website that has a pop-up. So I never did it on my website, but I had a free gift for years. And since working with Leah, since she's come on board, and she knew the value of the pop-up. So we put the pop-up on there, and I can't believe how our newsletter has grown. I mean, for years I had a free gift and I didn't have the number of people joining like we do now with the pop-up. So even if you don't like them, they do work. And you want to have something of value to give to them.
Do you want me on mute?
Oh yes, please. Thanks.
Yep.
Liza. Even though we all love dogs.
I know that they're being obnoxious right now.
No worries. Yeah, so it's really funny too, because you don't realize the power until you start seeing that growth, right, Jamie?
Right.
Like it's just amazing. So this is really, really, it's probably one of the most important things you have to have on your website. And again, you're going to be driving people to your website through your newsletter. And obviously you need people to have a newsletter. But even if you only have a couple people, also having a call to action at the bottom of your newsletter or of your email that says, if you liked this email and you think that the information might be of interest to someone else, please consider forwarding it to them. So you want to always have a call to action everywhere. So the call to action on the website here is, sign up for this. Call to action in your social media is come to my website or sign up for a class or read my blog, whatever that is. But there's always has to be a call to action. And that's so, so important.
Leah,
So-
Mel asked a question. How do you link the pop-up to the gift?
Oh, so usually it's through like, I think ours on Animal Bonds is hooked up to MailChimp, right?
Yes, because we use MailChimp, whatever mail newsletter provider.
So then that way the email goes there. But I think the actual gift, we had to have our web person
Yeah,
put that in for us. So we didn't do that. But I think that through like WordPress, there's easy plugins. Because I know on my Bake Smart site, it's a plugin that says, to do the pop-up, and you can easily go in there and edit it and everything. And it might be the same on our Animal Bonds. We just haven't researched that. But I do know on Bake Smart, if you use WordPress, and I encourage people to use WordPress. WordPress is a really simple site or provider to use. They have all different kinds of themes. You just always want to make sure that your theme works with a pay provider like WooCommerce or PayPal or something, because you always want to be able to collect money. But WordPress has tons of pop-ups, and I know that you can do that free gift as a pop-up. And we can, and let me see if I can,
and you can adjust, how often the pop-up comes up. Like if somebody's already been on there, you can say that don't have it come back up. You can adjust how long, like you want them to be on your website for 7 seconds and then it'll pop up. So you have a lot of control usually over that pop-up.
Absolutely. And I think that too, after a while, after 6 months to a year, you need to change your pop-up. You want to get more people coming to your site. So change your free gift, offer a new free gift. Like Kathleen's had this free gift for a really long time. I would not advise that. I would say give it 6 months to a year, because you're going to have people on your social media who know you, who may not have signed up for your email list though. And so if you can kind of rotate your free gifts, then they're like, oh, wow, I would really like that gift, And then maybe they come to your site and go, oh, wow, I really like this site. Okay, yeah, this looks cool. Or for your current people, you're giving them a gift for sticking with you, right? So they know they don't want to unsubscribe from your list because you might be offering a really great free gift. And again, your free gift doesn't have to be phenomenal. It could be something just like easy ways. People love, hey, here's some easy ways. Like, Liza, I know you have lots of experience with dogs. Even like, here are some tips on finding the right boarding facility for your dog. Something that maybe people might not search, but they would really like to hear it from you, and they trust you, right? Here's another thing. You might think, no, I don't really have a lot to say, or I don't have a really lot to give. People trust you. They want to hear from you. That's why they're following you. They trust what you say. So remember, you're their authority. So what you say and what you share matters to them, because they're looking to you. Like if I make a recommendation, you're more likely to use it than like if somebody you barely know makes the same recommendation, right? But if I make it, you know me, you know about me, you know what I like, you have the same kind of likes maybe. And so you go, oh yeah, Leah likes this, I would probably like it as well. So you listen to me. And the same with you. Anybody who comes to your website, they're going to be listening to you. Like Darlene, you know so much about reptiles. Well, when people know that about you and they know you're the reptile woman, and on your Facebook, you're showing all these reptiles, if you give a free gift, like, what to feed your reptile, how to care for a reptile, are you a new reptile owner? Here's some easy care tips, that kind of thing. Then I'm going to go, oh, wow. And then also SEO will pick that up, right? Because you're putting that, so that will bring people to your site. So what's the next one? Thank you, Jamie. Sorry.
Yes. So our next one is your business card, and it should have your social handles so people know how to contact and follow you.
Yeah. So you can talk about that. I mean, that's
right. And, we should all have some kind of business card. I mean, it doesn't have to be elaborate. You can get them from a lot of the print places. I know that Sarah, you can get Sarah business cards, but you really want to have your social handles on there so people have that access to them. Because you never know. I mean, a lot of times you just feel like you're at places and you've got a business card and you pass them out, and do people really look at them? But they might look at them long enough to see your social and then go look you up and, like your page or follow you. So it's really good to give them that kind of information. Again, you're just getting yourself out there by including that on your business card.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's lots of digital business cards you can do now. If you don't
Yes.
really- and even if you're not on social, even if it's just, if you have some place to send people, your website, all of that, and those are usually on your card. But if you can have a tagline too, that kind of says a little bit about you, like what it is you do. So for Kathleen, it's let animals lead. So, on the Sarah business cards, let animals lead. So you want to just have like a little tagline too, and that'll help bring people.
Absolutely. So just, things to consider, in your, any material that you put out, whether it's like a flyer, if you have a flyer that you're going to hang up somewhere about a class, make sure your contact information is on there, even if it's just an email, or if you, social, whatever. You want to make sure that you make it easy for people to follow you and get to know you. And contact you. That's important. And then you also on our list is for social media, be consistent. And we talked a lot about this already. You don't stop posting just because you're not getting likes, which is really easy to do because truthfully, social media is a lot of work. It can be a lot of work. And sometimes it just feels like it's too much, right? Especially if you're like, oh, what do I got to post about today? And that's why it's really important, makes your life easier if you're doing social media, that you plan this out. Sit down and, figure out how many posts do you want to do a week? What do you want them to be? What do you want to do if you decide you want to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, what do you want those posts to be? We kind of have a schedule, Monday is a video, a heartwarming video. And then we have a quote day. Then we have a, promotion of the Zoom call, and we stick with that. And then what's easiest is you can batch these. So you can schedule on Facebook and, Instagram as well. You can schedule your posts ahead of time. And so pick a day. And, you can probably do this one day a month where you say, okay, this is my social media day where I'm going to create posts and schedule them. And then that's what you do. And it helps when you have a plan, like what you want to schedule on each day as far as the topic. It makes it so much easier. And you can actually do social media, better when you have a plan. Pick a day where you batch it, and then you don't feel so overwhelmed by it. It doesn't, because otherwise social media can feel like it's just consuming your life. But that way,
Denise,
you still have posts going out.
Denise does her own social media. Now, she only has 77,000 or 78,000. She's got like a tenth of what Marie Forleo has, but she has better engagement for as few as she has. Like, well, this one was a newer post, but like, she gets consistently quite a few. And so, but with her, she says that she does like these quotes. She does them once for like at least half the year, if not the year. But she said, when she started out, and she only started out in 2014, and she's very popular and she's a multimillionaire. And I've really followed her since the beginning days. She didn't have this look, but one thing she had was consistency. She always posted. So you can see she posts like, let's go here. She'll post a quote. She's promoting her book. She has a little thing about her, a video. So there's, when she's on a podcast, she puts that. She has actually changed her look a little bit. It used to look, I don't even know if we can go back and see what she did, but she's changed her, like, she used to use more of her signature font. She used a little bit different colors. You can tell, and she's just slowly upgraded. You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't have to go, oh, wow, I hate the way I look. You know, she doesn't do this font anymore. You can see it was a much cleaner font up above, but it still looks really good. So don't worry, just get out there, be consistent. You know, if you do your quotes a certain way, always do your quotes a certain way until you decide, hey, I'd rather have them look this way. But the important thing is be consistent. So she did a cute thing here where they do, it's 9 pictures and they have each one be like a piece. You can do that. Those are kind of fun. But again, it's just consistency, consistency, consistency. And I know we're going to talk about branding. And if we look at Denise's branding, she used to be this really pale blue. And now, sorry for making you all sick. Now she's this darker blue and this green, and she's got more golds in it. So she's changing it, but she's doing it, you know, she's not really changing her whole entire look, because guess what? She is still on there. So that's another reason why you put yourself on there. People know, oh, okay, well, it's still Liza, even though Liza might have changed some things, you're still all over it. And it's your picture. So even if you're not doing Instagram and social media, on your website, you want your website to be you. So let's go to Kathleen's. So Kathleen's website, it didn't used to be like this. In fact, it was really unattractive. It had this color purple bar up here, and she had her little animal Reiki, and that was it. And she did use some of this font, but I think on the earlier days, she didn't really. I think she had animal Reiki in that. And then we changed it so that she would have more of this. And then for a long time, there was not a lot of graphics. And then once in, I think it was 2017, that she got the Let Animals Lead. So then that now is her signature, right? So you see that a lot, the colors, she uses those colors a lot. You don't have to be perfect out the gate, but you know, you just always be striving to try and improve and look to other people. I mean, everything Kathleen's done, she's taken from somebody else. There is no original idea, right? So don't be afraid to go on somebody's site and go, wow, that looks good. Here is the trick though. And I'm going to show you something that Kathleen made a really bad mistake. She wasn't getting clients. So a couple of them, and I shared this on the website once, she wasn't getting clients. And the reason for it was this picture took up all this real estate. That was the first thing, it was the only thing you saw when you came on our website. When we changed it, so it had a paragraph here where, hey, click here for this class, click here for this, click here, click here, click here. She filled her level 1 with 30 students. Another mistake she made was that we had to change immediately. So I'll show you these. Okay, so these pictures right here, let me see if I can make this smaller. So she had all these pictures right here, right? And there was like nothing. And then you had to turn it over. Oh, she still did it. I don't know why she hasn't changed this. So it's like a game of concentration. Oh, I think because my thing isn't showing it. I think on the pictures now, let me go back up. Oh, no. Yes. Okay. So I think it's just my screen because I'm working on an old computer, but now it says what it is. But before, it was a game of concentration. You like literally didn't know what was behind the flipping thing. So of course, nobody's going to sign up for her classes because they can't see what those classes are. Now she has some static ones, which are much better. These flipping things are just a little bit annoying in some ways, right? But she saw somebody who she really liked doing it. But you always have to like look at, is that going to work for me? Yes, it might work for somebody who's wildly more popular, but is it going to work for you? And so, of course, you know, pretty pictures are nice, but you don't have to have, you can just have one pretty picture at the top and then have a list of all your classes. Don't get it tied up.
The animation can slow down your website as well, because before my old website was beautiful and it had a lot of animations, and you know, that doesn't necessarily do what you want it to do. Yes, it looks nice, but you want that website is to get people to engage with you and sign up. So
absolutely. So just with your branding, you know, pick a color and then use it. And then use it as your branding. Use yourself, or use a certain look, like with dogs, or like just some certain look, like with Kathleen too. She's got this certain font, you know, so you know when you see that, you know it's Kathleen. So you can do that as well. But it's really about branding, and it doesn't mean that you have to stick to the same look from now until forever. Because again, This has been an evolution since 2004. Kathleen's website did not look anything like this back then. So you're always going to be growing and you're going to be evolving and you're going to be improving. But you always want to make sure that if you do something, that it actually is going to work. And so for like a homepage, you want to make it super easy for people to go, oh yeah, I want to study with you. Because you never know, somebody might have been following you on social for years and they're just like, I don't want to try and find where this class is. I just want to sign up right now, right? I want to sign up with Liza right now today. And if you make it hard, then people will leave your site and they'll just go, I'll just go study with Kathleen, right? You know, we're all competing with Kathleen in this space. So we don't want people leaving and going to Kathleen's site where it's much easier to sign up. We want to make our sites easy so that when our tribe comes to see us, they go, oh yeah, great. Here's a sign up, boom, it's done. You don't want to make it, so let's see here. I think she has, so yeah, here you go. Level 1, there's the price. There's a little bit about it, add to cart. There you go, now you're signed up. So you just wanna make these so easy to navigate. You wanna make it simple. So Kathleen can do this. I would never advise anybody do this. Kathleen can have this long thing and make it a little more confusing. You want to have a list of your classes and your classes can have a page and you can send them to that page. Pages are better than a bunch of text and a bunch of pictures. But again, Kathleen is an authority, so Google gives her ranking, even though her site is slow and the bots can't do it, but it may not last forever. You know, so you always have to keep that in mind. Just make it simple for people and simple for bots. So I think that's all. Like, we're coming to the end. And
right. The only other thing to add that I'd add on that is, you know, your branding isn't just for your website. Carry that across everything you do, whether it's flyers, handouts, you know, anything that you are putting out, because then people, when they see it, they're going to know it's you.
Yeah, absolutely. And email is really important. Just have a little banner, your email, boom, that's you. Yeah. It says exactly who it is. People don't have to guess who the email's from. I hate that when people send me these cutesy emails and I'm like, who is this? And then they go into this, you know, paragraph right away. And I'm like, I have no idea. And I have to go down to the end. And that's just irritating.
Right.
So yes. And then the last thing was SEO.
Yes.
And again, for SEO, we talked about it. So these are headers, and it may not be. She may just have her font. It looks like a header, but this might just be a larger font, because I guess that Google is now punishing you if you have, oops, sorry, nobody wants to see my boobs. If you have too many headers. So like if you have, this is a header, 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 they punish you. But if it's just text and you're enlarging the font, then that's okay. So you can have a header 1 on the page, but they don't want you to have a bunch of other headers. They also don't want a bunch of other like buttons, like which Jamie and I had, and it was slowing down our website. We had, you know, because before last year, you had to have those buttons. It was important. That's what Google was rewarding you for. And then Google changed its algorithm. So SEO is really a whole monster unto itself, but there are some easy tips. And so I'm going to send in the email out. There's, I'll send some links to HubSpot and to Yoast, because those both talk about easy ways to do SEO, and it's really doable. And you know, and just there's ways to find keywords, and we won't go into that. I'm going to see. I think I opened it up, and maybe I didn't. Yeah, here we go. So optimize your blog post with SEO, and it's just a little video, and then you can make sure your blog posts are getting seen. And so this is I think this is HubSpot. Yeah. So HubSpot is a really great one to find and subscribe to. And then Yoast is Y-O, let me see, Yoast. Let me do that. And I'll bring up Yoast. So Yoast is Y-O-A-S, like toast. But so here they're inviting you to a free web SEO webinar. And sometimes they give you really good information. Sometimes they don't, but here it's going to be 3 tips to help you adapt your content SEO strategy, and so that you can do that. So I would definitely sign up for Yoast or HubSpot. So I want to open it up. I know I've been lecturing and Jamie's been talking. Let's just open it up to all of you, and I'm going to try and, Jamie, can you have me not share anymore, because I don't know how to get
Let me see. Let me see if I can.
should be under share. I don't know why the toolbar isn't coming up. And when oh, here we go. I got it. Stop share.
Oh, okay, good, because I didn't see where I could, but. Yeah.
So anybody have any questions or comments or?
Did you get what you were hoping for out of this? Anything else you'd like to have seen?
Definitely good information.
Thank you.
Good information, yeah.
Yeah, good information. I got too much to ask about probably to do it in this meeting. Maybe if you'd be cool, Leah, talking to me later
Yeah, of course. Of
about
course.
my website.
Look at your site. So yeah, we can go over your site really quickly. I just did that for Paula, who comes. I looked at her website and I did a Loom, which is a video recording of the website, and I just talked to her about all the things.
Yeah, now I think my website sucks.
But you know what though? Attractiveness isn't as important.
It's a start.
As how you're saying things and how easy it is to buy from you. That's what's most important. Jamie?
Right.
Yeah, and you can't buy from me yet because when I signed, so I have Wix, and when I first signed up for Wix, I tried to do everything myself, and I had a couple of people say, "Oh yeah, with the pro plan, you can do calendaring and you can hook up, like PayPal to it and everything." Well, I can't do any of those things. I have to go and do the business e-commerce. So now I have to go pay more money, but
yeah, Wix
what it is, I guess. So
great. I would not advise anyone to do Wix because exactly what's happening for you happens. So the free version, you can't do any commerce. And even the paid version, it's very limited. And then, so you have to end up spending all this money. And instead you could have done a WordPress site, and WordPress has tons of little tutorials, and there's tons of people who do WordPress. You could probably go on Fiverr and find somebody who could do it really cheaply. And that works much better because it's so much time and effort with Wix. But what's really bad is that Wix has these commercials that make it sound like, oh, it's so great and it's so easy, and it's not. I know. I always feel bad when people use Wix. It's like, oh no, please don't do that. But it's okay. You can make it work.
Well, I'll talk to you later. Yes, for now. Yep.
And it's important not to beat ourselves up, because like the SEO people, if people are really mastered at SEO, it's because they study all the time and they charge a lot of money. I mean, this is a business for them and they can get that. So, don't beat yourself up and it changes all the time.
Oh my God.
Oh my, it's enough to drive you crazy. It's like, what do you mean? We just did this and now it's changed again.
I know we had to pay our web person because we had set it up just the way I was told and everything. And then the SEO guy that reviewed it said, no, you can't do that anymore. They're now dinging people, and Google just changed the algorithm. Yeah. So Google is like, so horrible.
Yeah. So I think that's something that you just kind of have to get used to, and don't beat yourself up over it at all. It's just like, it's a nightmare for the average person, but.
Should we do a meditation?
Oh, yes.
Does anyone else have any questions? No? Then let's do a meditation. Let's get all zen before we go.
Since we've been talking about SEO and stuff, we need to be zen because that is not zen. That's not zen at all.
No.
All right. Do you want me to lead it or do you want to do it, Leah?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay. So let's just sit and get comfortable with our spine straight. Go ahead and close your eyes. And let's just start by taking a couple of deep breaths in and out. And just pull your breath all the way down to your belly. And then as you exhale, just to release any tension or stress from the day. And now on the next inhale, just breathe in through your nose, pull it all the way down to the belly. And then exhale out into the space around you. Take another deep breath in. And as you breathe in, visualize that you're igniting a beautiful light inside of you with every breath you take. And then as you exhale out, this light goes out into the space around you. So take another breath in, igniting that light, that true light that resides inside of you, that universal light. And then exhale it back out into the universe. Take another breath in. And exhale the light back out. Keep breathing this way until you just become a being of light. Every cell in your body is illuminated. You merge into the universal energy that's all around you. And just feel the sensation of love and peace. Fill your cells and your heart. Feel the warmth, the compassion, the love. Know that no matter what is happening in your life right now, you know that when you are in this state of being, all is well. And imagine yourself someplace that's safe. Maybe it's by the ocean and you can hear the waves and smell the ocean water. Your toes are in the sand. Maybe you're in a forest. You hear the wind whispering through the tops of the trees. You smell the earth, the foresty earth. Feel yourself wherever you feel safe out in nature. And once you're there and you're feeling safe, notice the animals that are around you. Who shows up? Who's there? Are there birds singing songs, foraging for food? Are there ocean animals? Are there forest animals? Just notice who's there. And now invite any animal, your animal guide, to come and present themselves to you. What is it they have to share with you? You're still in this peaceful, safe place, surrounded by nature, surrounded by animals, but there's one very special one that comes to you now. Feel the love that you share with this very special animal. What lessons do you have to teach each other? Just hold this beautiful space, this space of peace and safety and love. Stay in this space, whatever it is for you. Just feel that connection. You can release all your worries in this space because you know that in this space you're safe, you're loved, and all is well. And your special animal friend is there with you, reminding you that they're always with you, protecting you, and loving you. You can visit this space whenever you need to. And you will always be safe here. And at peace. This is where your true self resides. And your animal friend is reminding you of that. Reminding you to return to your true self. And you can stay here as long as you like. You can come back to this safe place, whether it's a forest or an ocean, whatever it is for you. Anytime you need to, you can come back to this space and visit your special animal friends. But for now, go ahead and place your hands in gossip. Thank the space and whoever showed up, whatever animal showed up to be with you and share this moment with you. Thank them. Set your intention that you will keep this beautiful feeling with you today. This feeling of safety and peace and love and compassion, that you will go out and share this emotion with all you meet. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take a deep cleansing breath in all the way down to your belly. Release it. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back into this space.
Thank you, Jamie. That was lovely.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Thank you all so much for coming. And Liza, yes, just email me. I'm kind of busy this week, but definitely by next week. Or if you just want to send me your website, I can at nighttime do a Loom for you. Just give it whatever you need. All right, don't worry. We're all dog lovers. Mwah.
That's right, we are.
Bye,
Thank
Darlene.
you. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.